Okay, last time we covered how to create a table and how to create a form. So today we're just going to look at a report, how you create a report, then we shall look at how you format both a form and a report. Yeah, so that's what we're going to mainly look at. Yeah, we live on YouTube. Let me first share the link so that okay. Yeah, so last time we looked at how you create a table, and in order for you to create one, you can click on create, click table, then you have to save it. Just click here on the tab, right click, then select save and give it a name. Maybe now this one is storing teachers. Yeah, like that. Then the moment you have your table, you have two views. There is a datasheet view and a design view. Yeah, I can right click here, then I change the views, or I can come here. So when I go to the design view, this is where I list my columns from. Yeah, so when your table is done, you can double click on it, then you open and you start entering different fields. Then you look at, in case the table is not user friendly to any person that is going to enter the information, you better create a form for them. And with that one, instead, you can create a form. If you're just getting started, it's okay. You can be using wizards. Yeah, so create a form using form wizard. In order for you to do so, click on create, select form wizard. Then I'll choose which table. Now we have two tables, but remember the teacher's table has nothing. So I'm going to go with students table. Select the fields that you want to add on to your form and select all of them. Click next. Then here choose whether you want the form to be columnar, tabular, datasheet. Yeah, and we looked at different forms. So we can go with columnar, then click next, then give it a name. And we said when you're creating forms, start with FRM, then the name. Yeah, students, I can call it students too. Yeah, I don't want to modify the forms design. I just want to open it. Okay, that I'm showing that it is existing. So I need to give it another name like 5 finish. Yeah, then now it is creating and we have our form here. So you can click on this button to get a new blank record, or you can click on this to go through the records. When they are done, you'll get a blank record where you can enter different information. Like here, you enter different information, then this very information will be going into our table. So if I click next, then I check in the table. Yeah, you can see the Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello? Okay, sorry, I'd gone off. Today I'm using
It's okay.
I'm using Airtel. Its network is not good, but let me try USB tethering and we see.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd stopped on showing how you can create a form and you use it to enter information. Yeah, so today we're going to look at reports. Then we will also look at how you can modify the form further. Yeah, so a report is something like this is a table I have. Yes, a table of students. Then I have a table of teachers, though we don't have fields. So a form, you can create a form. Form is some like printout that you can print. It's like I can print out this particular table. But the difference between the report and the table is that for report, you can combine different tables and you come up with certain information. Yeah, just that we're not going to use different tables. We're going to use just one table. And I show you how a report looks like. Then later on in the next session, where we shall look at relationships and we see how we can create 2 or 3 different tables and we try to link them together to come up with a combination, or like we get output from the combination of those different tables. Yeah, so now I'm just going to show you how can you create a report. Then now later on we go and see how we can modify it. In order for you to create a report, click on create, then you come under reports. So we have different things. There's a blank report, report design, report labels, and report wizard. So we're going to use a report design first. Then we look at report wizard. Yeah, the good practice is to first close everything so that you don't get a lot of tabs here. That can even slow down your computer or your database when you have a lot of things open. Yeah, so I'm going to go to report design. Yes, so it will bring a screen like the way we are creating a form design. Yeah, so right now what I need to do is to go to add existing fields here. Then I click on show all tables. Then I have 2 different tables, and we need this one of students table. Then you can see it is like the same way we do for the form, but this time around it is a report, and we're going to see the difference. So I can double click as they get added automatically like that. If there's a field I don't want to print out on a report, I just jump it. So I need all of them. Yeah. So when I'm done with all the forms, I can just when I'm done with all the fields, I can just save this report. Click on save. Then we can call it students. So the good naming convention is to start with RPT when you're having reports. Then now you add the name. We said for a table you can use TBL. Then for the form FRM. For the report, just use RPT so that you can easily distinguish. So I can call it RPT then students. Click OK. Yeah, then it is saved. So now we're going to open a report and you see that it looks different from the form. Because for it, here in the design, it looks like this, but actually it's going to come up with something like a table. So when you click on it, yeah, this is how it's going to look like. It's like for every entry is going to get, for every entry, you're going to be able to print it out or save it. Yeah, but that is one way of creating a report. We're going to create another report and you see the difference between the two and you choose which one is better according to your needs. So I come to create, then now I go to report wizard. Yeah, Then I select where am I getting the fields from. It's actually from the students table. We have different tables, but we're getting from the students table. Then I'm getting all the information. Click next. Then this is called a grouping. Yeah, this is kind of an advanced feature. We're not going to cover it. It requires when you have a lot of data, that's when you can make groups. So we're just going to jump it. Click next. Then here you can choose how, okay, it's called like sorting. When it is coming up with the headers on the tables, the way you see the table in Excel, when it is doing that, what should it consider first? Yeah, so we're going to say consider the ID, then arrange the IDs in ascending order. So it will start with those people 001, 002, 003, like that. Then click on next. Then after that, you select how should your report look like. Is it columnar, tabular, or justified? See, the last one I showed you is columnar. That is the one that shows you now like this. This is columnar, but now we want a table. So that's when I choose tabular. Then here you select the orientation. Portrait will have more height than width, but landscape will have more width than height. So that's what we want because we have very many fields. So click on landscape, then click on next. Here there is a checkbox for adjust the field with it adjusts the field width so fields fit on a page. Yeah, we want all the fields to fit on a page, so we adjust them accordingly. Click next. Then here type in the name. We said start with RPT. Then you can call it students, maybe 2, like that. Then I can preview the report. I can go to modify the report design, but I don't want to modify the report design. I just want to preview the report. Click finish. Then it's going to take some time depending on the computer, like how fast the computer is. Then it's going to generate the report. So this is how our report is looking like. Yeah, you can see that for it has come in a tabular format, and that's what we wanted. Yeah, so this can be printed out into a PDF, but before we print it out, we're going to first look at how you modify it further. So I can right click, save, ensure that I've saved it. Then after I close. Okay, I close it. So after closing, remember it is this one. This is our report. Yeah, it also has different views. There is a report view. Then there's print preview. That is the one that shows like as if you're going to print. Then there is we can close the print preview. Then you go to a different view. There is layout view. So layout view helps you to adjust like the columns. It's like that. So I can adjust like the width, the height, like that. Yeah. Then we have the design view. So the design view is what helps you now to readjust your report. Yeah, so here is where we're going to do some modifications and you'll be able to see them from our report. Yeah, so we're going to come here, increase this. This is called a footer, something that appears down. Or when you adjust this, you're actually giving more room for like your report where it's going to go to. Then another thing that you should be careful about is that a report file, it prints out like in a tabular format, the way we've seen it. But here you don't have to see all the rows. You only see like the first row, or you only see the header. So those are the ones that we have here. So here we have the page header. Then now here they give you an option to add at least one row of where the data is going to be. This is the header, like the headings into your table. Yeah, so we're going to adjust them. We're going to increase our form a bit. Then now this is a header. So if I adjust here, like if I adjust the space which is between the header and my row like that, when I save this and I go to just view it, you see that now it has created more space here. Yeah. Then when I come back to design view, I can see that, let's first go back here. I can see that my date of birth is showing ash until I click there. Why? Because it is small, the width is small. So I need to go to the design view and I adjust its width here. This one, you adjust the header, and also like this row represents the data that is being entered. Yeah, so we need to adjust this. How? We can select this information. You can first select those ones, then you push them a bit on the right. Then now I select this, push it around there, then I increase the width like that. So this one is for gender. I can also adjust it a bit. Yeah, so if I want to change the color of these, the header, the text on the header, I can select all of them, come to home, then I come here and I change the color. So we're going to change the color to maybe dark blue. Yeah, you can give the form a color. I'm going to show you more how you can give a form a color. Yeah, so I can even bold these ones. Then I save. We first save. Then we can go to design. Then you come to view. Then we click on report view. So you can see that now they are in blue. So the reason that's why I was telling you that here they use just one to represent others. In case I come here and I change the color, it's going to affect all the information in other rows. If I come here and I come to home, then maybe I change the color to, okay, let me change it to a very shouting color like green. So all the information that's going to be input there is going to change to green. So I come to view, then report view. Yeah, so you can see that first row represents how all the data is going to appear. Yeah, so let's first go back and we change to a normal color. Green is too bright, so we can come to home. Yeah, I change to maybe, okay, yeah, some gray like that. Then I can actually come to design. Then I can use some of the tools that we have here. For example, if I want to draw a line every after a certain row, yeah, so the height from here up to here represents the height between two like records or rows. So now I've increased the height. I'm going to save. Then I come to view. I expect the height between those data to increase. You see, it has increased. Yeah, so I'm going to draw a line there. Right click, go to design view. Then I'm going to draw a line. I want to draw a straight line. So there I click, like I get this. Sorry, I don't have a mouse, but I'm going to find a way. You click on shift, like you left click, then you click on shift, then now you move. So that's when you can keep it to be straight. Yeah, so let me first repeat it because it disturbs when you don't have like a mouse. Okay, I can just, another way is I can just click here, then now I lengthen. So as I'm lengthening it, I press shift so that whatever I'm lengthening stays in stays to be straight like that. Then even I can modify my line, like this line, I can come to home. Okay, for it, let's first go back to, yes, Keith. Kenneth.
I have a question. Is it possible to like bold the form, like make it bold?
Yeah, everything is possible. We're going to look at more ways of like editing it. It is possible.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to put a line every after row. Then I'm going to decrease the space between like that. Then I'm going to save this. Then I come back to view. Then I come to report view. So you see that every after entry, there is a line. Hope you've seen that. So let's go back. We do a few modifications. I may want to add a title here. So this is a header, a page header. That is what is on top. If I increase the height, it actually increases also. So I can delete this, the one which is already there. It picks it from the name that you give to your report. So I can select it and I delete it. And then I add my own label here. Can draw it like this. Then I say our students details. Yeah, then this I can select it. Then I come to home. Okay, I need to select like outside instead of inside. Then I can come here, I can leave that, then I can increase the font, become a little bit bigger. Here, our student details, then I change the color because that one is not looking good. Can change to blue, bold it. Actually, I can even put, okay, we have this. Let's also add a logo here on the side. So how do you do it? Go to design, then click on image or click on logo in case it's going to be a logo. Just click on logo. Then the difference between image and logo, when you click on image, you have to show where the image is going to be. But if it is logo, it knows that the logo always goes it goes in the header. Yeah, so you can insert image from here or here, or we can put it as a logo. So I'm going to go to the location of our logo. Yeah, so I can use this. Yeah, these are some of our logos. So I'm going to get like a small one there. So you see, this is where it puts the logo by default. It puts it at the end. So we can push this one a bit on this other side. Then we increase. Yeah, increase that one. Then maybe you put this one in the middle. Then we can even copy and paste it. But now I want it to be on just the sides. I don't want a big space. Yeah, there. So now what I'm doing, I'm just designing, I'm beautifying my report. So save this, come to view, report view. Yeah, now you can see that our logos are there, the heading is there, then even the logos this other side. Yeah, like that you can continue to do a lot. All these are there for you to use, to utilize them. Yeah, but for now we're going to leave it to that. Then we're going to print it out as a PDF and we have a look at it. Yeah, so I'm going to come to view, print preview. This is how it's going to look like when I'm printing out. Then I click on print. Yeah, then I choose which printer am I using. So a printer, it can be a physical printer or a PDF reader. Now I have Adobe PDF, so I can use it as my printer, or I can choose Microsoft Print to PDF. Then after that, I can check that please print it to a file, like it should be saved as a file. Then I can click on setup to choose the size of the page. Okay, yeah, to do different modifications. So we're not going to go so much into it. I'm just going to click on OK. Then right now it is asking me where should we save, and I'm going to save it on desktop and I call it students details. Yeah, click on save. So now if I go to my desktop and I check, there is students details. Yeah, hope you can see this. Can you all see?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, so you see this is a PDF we've been able to create. Doesn't it look good? Yet we didn't even spend a lot of time onto it.
Yes, it looks nice.
Yeah, so that's how our reports are made in Microsoft Access. Yeah, maybe the only thing that you've not realized is that it was not fitting. You see that? it was not fitting. So we never worked on that, yet we had to. So you can see that now it has created a second page and it is a bit weird. Yeah, the first page was not fitting. So that one we are supposed to do it from the printer, like when we're setting up, when we're printing out here. So you can come to, before you go to print, just come to page setup here. Then go to page, then change from letter to a bigger paper size like A3. A4 is smaller than A3. A5 is very small, so we go with A3. Yeah. Then you can click OK. So now you can see that it has increased. Before it was small, it was not fitting. If we're on page and we go to, it was later, click OK. You can see that it was cutting it off. It was not bringing all the columns. So you come to page setup, click on page, change it to a bigger page. Okay, let's first change to A4. Yeah, we can see that A4 just fits. So if we see that A4 can fit, but we need to reduce this one a little bit, we can first close this, then we come back to our design view. This one that has any other information. So we can see a class takes a small portion. So we can reduce on the size of this. We can reduce it like this here. Then any other information, it tends to have a lot of words. Yeah, so I can increase it like that. Then I can reduce a bit here, the size of my. Yeah, then these ones I can select, and I don't want them to have that grayish color. I want them to be in black. So I can come to home. Then I change to black. Yeah, I can even change a font. I can use Arial. Then I can come and also select like all the information which is here, and I say I want it to be in Arial, whatever text is there. I want it to be in Arial, but it should be keen as you're changing when you're changing the font, because it may affect how wide your like data or like the fields go. So we can go back to view, then we come to report view. Yeah, and we could see that now it is changing the way it is looking. Maybe it's looking a little bit better. So we can go back to design view. So you see that you move from design view as you go to the print view until you get something that you want. So you can come to home. Yeah, I want to have, I want a black color. I don't want it to have the other shouting color. Then I can go back to design. Then there are even different color themes that you can use, or we can come to themes. Then you select a theme that you want your report to have. They can also adopt a theme. Yeah, let's just sample one, though it may not look that good. Then we go back to print preview. Yeah, so it has adopted that theme, though you can't see, but it has affected here, the headings, the way they are looking. And actually it has increased the font size so the word can't fit. So you always move back and forth until you get what you want. Yeah, so for me, I'm just going to go to view, print preview, then I come to page setup and I change it to A3. That one will be okay. A3, press okay. Yeah, then now I can print it out. Okay, hope we don't hope everything is clear. Is there any question?
No, no questions.
Okay. Yeah, so that's how you can modify a report. So we're going to look at how can you modify a form. You can also make a form to look a bit better. So we're going to close always save, then close. Yeah, like that. All right, so we're going to go back to our note that table. Here, forms. Then we're going to use form student, not that one. Let's use this one of 5. Yeah. Okay, the font has changed, but we're going to work with that. It has changed to some font. So I'm going to go to this, then click on design view, not layout view. Yes, so we can design a form, but I'm going to show you just like 3 things that you can do on forms which are so cool. One, you can change the heading. As we said, you can first delete that, come back to design. You can put a background image in your form in case you have some cool background pictures. Let me see if I have one. Pictures. Maybe if I could get some nice background. Oh, that will be too cool. Let me just get any picture. Maybe we shall remove it. Yeah, you see like that, you can put a background photo. Then after that, you can as well change the color here. So come to home, then I will change the color to black. We want it to be visible enough. Then after that, go back to design, add a label that is saying maybe input students information.
I have a question.
Yeah, click outside, select it or select everything, go back to home, and I will change the. Yes, please. Yes, Kenneth. Yes.
Is it possible to remove the background if that's not what you wanted?
Changing the position.
No, like to remove the background.
Yeah, you can remove the background.
Okay.
Yeah, it is possible. You just need to click on the form. Then it's under format here. So you can come to background image, then click on browse and change to a different one, maybe to this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to take it back to that one. So now I'm going to go back to design. I was still designing this. I also want to add a logo. So click logo, then go to where the logo is going to be. So I'm just going to use a phone as the logo. Yeah, so it will be put here on the side, but you can adjust it. Yeah, then now I'm going to show you some cool things that you can do. Now we can first look at how the form is looking like. Yeah, so when someone is inputting the information, now this is how it looks like. Yeah, so we're going to go back to design view. So now I'm going to add a save button and next. Okay, let's just add on a save button. Yeah, like here, I'm done inputting the information. When I'm inputting the information, I want you to see here. When I'm inputting the information and I'm done, like let me go and I get a new information, a blank one like this. If I am to put registration number, and I say that is the registration number, this is yeah, like here I've input different information. When I want to save it into my table, if I just go to next, it doesn't save. I have to click on save here so that it is saved in the table like that. But now what if I don't want to always come here? I want to have my button here, my own button here. That's what we're going to just look at. Click on design view. Then now you come here to a button, this here under tools. They are under design, click on button. Then now just click where it's going to be. So I want it to be just down here. Yeah, just click once. So when you click once, it's going to ask you for, when someone clicks on that button, what should happen? Yeah, so here there are different categories. Yeah, this is new, but you have to get used to it. We have different categories. There are some buttons that do record navigation. Those are the ones that do back and forth, like next and previous. Yeah, there are some that do record operations, like it can be add a new record, another one can be duplicate, another one can be print, another one can be save. And that is the one we actually want, the one for save. But let me continue here. You see, when you go to form operations, you can create a button that does close form, that does open form, that does print form. Yeah, all of those. So we're going to go to record operations, select save record. So this button is going to be particularly for saving record. Click next. Then now you can give it your own picture, or it can have this text. So this is the way it's going to look like. If you say text, you can replace this text and say save a student, like that. Or you can click on picture and you use the inbuilt picture, or you go to show all pictures. Then it will show you the different pictures that you have that can represent save. So if people are used to this, you can use this, or you can use a text. Like this is how the button is going to look like. Yeah, so let's use a picture, or I can go to browse and I get pictures from my computer. So click next, then give it a name. So this is a command to save. So for commands, when we're naming them, we start with CMD. Then we can say CMD student, like yeah, CMD save student, like that. CMD save student. Yeah, this is it's called a naming conversion, where I'm starting with a small letter. Like just makes it readable. Yeah, then after click on finish. Yeah, so we expect this button to be working. And how should it be working? Should be saving the information that we input. So go to view, go to form view. So you'll have your button here. So we've created a custom button. So I can go now here, next. 8. Now I go to a new one here. I type in now the registration number. The first name, last name, maybe date of birth. Yeah, and fill the whole information. Then I click on save. So it has saved the information, and I come back to students. I can find my entry here. Yeah, so that is just a sample of how you can create custom buttons. We're just going to create only more 2 buttons that help us to go next and previous, and we see how they work. Just click on button here, click on this. Then you saw that is about record navigation. So it's going to go to next record. Yes, click next. We want it to have that picture. That is okay. Then give it a name. So yeah, due to the interest of time, I'm not going to change the name, but you should always change the name. So this is how it's going to look like. This is for next. So we're going to get the one for previous. Click on button here. Record navigation, go to previous record. Remember, we said the record is like an entry or a row. So we shall use that picture. Next, yeah, give it a name. I'm not going to give it a name, and we don't have enough time. Yeah, there are even more things. You can select this, come to arrange. Then you can say, I want to arrange my things to like, okay, yeah, I know it's a bit hard. It's a bit like complex, but it just helps you to arrange things that you've selected. Yeah, so let me just leave them like that. But just now I can adjust them. Yeah, or using the arrows to adjust them. Then after that, I can save it. I always need to save. Then come back to design view, form view. So now instead of coming down here, I can click on my buttons like that. So here it is on 1, it can't go to previous, I can only go to next. See, they are working. Then I can move back. Then I can enter new information. Like here, I can enter registration number. Maybe I stop there and I save it. I come to students table. Okay, let me see here. It should be having a few more information. Yeah, maybe you choose just a few information, click on save. Let me go next. Okay, it is there. So when I open, I may need to first scroll everything just for the information to refresh. Yeah, so you can see that it is there. All right, so that's how you can modify your form to look a little bit better. Yeah, so you see that when someone is entering information, we can design a very beautiful form. During our last session, I'll show you a certain system that I involved, but it was about just entering the information. Then you make the forms easy to navigate. You put all the buttons here so that someone doesn't have to move this other side or move down here. So if you give this one to someone who is not well confident with a computer, they know that I'm just typing in the details. I click on the save button, then I click next, like that. That's why forms are very, very important to have. Yeah. So any questions from you? Kenneth, you had a question, or it was last time? I can see your hand is still up. Okay. If we don't have questions, let's have just a few closing words from Mr. Adrian, and then I shall call it a day. Yes, Mr. Adrian, are you there? Hello? Okay, I think maybe, yes, Kate.
I think it's his network.
You can hear us now.
Hello?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Yes, sorry, my network had gone off. Someone had called.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was supposed to
Yeah.
conclude something.
Yeah, just give us a few words, then we can call it a session.
Yeah. Basically, first of all, I would like to thank you for the input. It was nice. Hope members learned from there. Yeah. Just take everything that we have talked about, everything that we've tried to highlight here and there. Make sure that at least by the end of these sessions, you can be able to create something out of the skills that you've learned. We are going to be giving you exercises. These are exercises I think we're going to discuss, and we'll see how you guys can do it. Because last time, I think you guys were supposed to design something like as your exercise, but it seems no one tried it. So we're just going to give you some kind of work that you'll be able to work around. Yeah, other than that, thank you guys for attending, and thanks for keeping the spirit. Yeah, have a good night.
Okay, good night,
Okay,
everyone.
good night. All right, good night to everyone. We meet tomorrow, same time.